Today there is dangerous news from Poland. Here, Russia's gamble to send dozens of drones into NATO airspace backfired and led to an immediate alliance-wide reaction. Now a potential no-fly zone over Ukraine is discussed as a protective measure, which will turn Russia's cheap provocations into a strategic nightmare. NATO drew a quick red line after Russia's latest escalation, shooting down multiple drones that violated Polish airspace in an unprecedented act of collective defense. According to Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk, as many as 23 Russian drones crossed into Poland during the latest massive Russian attack against Ukraine, with the first detected shortly before midnight and the last around dawn. While most were allowed to pass deeper, those posing an immediate danger to important Polish targets were destroyed. The incident marks the first time since the start of the war that NATO forces have directly engaged and destroyed Russian assets over alliance territory. Tusk described the incursions as a large-scale provocation and stressed that all NATO members are taking the situation very seriously. The scale of NATO's mobilization reflected the seriousness of the threat, as Polish F-16s scrambled alongside Netherlands Air Force F-35s deployed to Poznan as part of NATO's air policing mission. 2 Polish F-16s and 2 Dutch F-35s carried out intercepts supported by helicopters, including Mi-24S, Mi-17S, and Black Hawks patrolling near the incursion zones. A Polish Sub-340 AWACS aircraft flew for 9 hours providing radar coverage, while a NATO multi-role tanker aircraft refueled fighters circling overhead. In addition, an Italian AWACS surveillance jet also participated, showcasing that for NATO, this was a genuine military operation, with fighters refueling tankers and early warning aircraft coordinating live intercepts over Poland. What made this incident especially alarming was the depth of the incursions, as Polish officials confirmed drones crashed hundreds of kilometers from the Ukrainian border, with one wreckage found near Gdansk over 500 kilometers from the border. Others were recovered along the Biała-Podlaska-Partio line, close to Poland's key east-west transport arteries. Additional sightings were recorded north of Lublin, near the defense hub of Stalowa Wola, west of Białystok, and even as far as Lodz. The routes overlapped with Poland's radar network, including the NUR-12M site at Roskosz and the Rad-31DL system at Labunie. Analysts noted that drones may have been probing NATO air defenses, testing coverage in directions that correspond to Russian plans for eventual ground advances. Numerous airports across Poland were temporarily closed, including the one in Rzeszów, a vital hub for Western military aid to Ukraine. Citizens in several provinces received emergency SMS alerts instructing them to take cover in shelters and report drone wreckages. Photos from crash sites indicate the intruders were lightweight Russian Gerberat drones, made largely of foam. Normally used as decoys, they can also carry reconnaissance equipment or small explosives, and in this case they were equipped with additional fuel tanks that allowed them to fly with an extended range, which debunks immediate Russian claims that this intrusion was a mistake. Military analysts noted that Polish SIM cards have been found in Russian drones used against Ukraine since July, which allows them better remote control and data transmission, crucial for reconnaissance missions. This is not the first time Russia has tested NATO's patience, as a Russian-made drone recently crashed at a Lithuanian training ground, home to a NATO multinational battalion. Russian drones have also repeatedly fallen inside Romania during strikes on Odessa, but beyond them, Russian jets and helicopters have probed NATO's skies on several occasions. British fighter jets intercepted an Il-20M spy plane over the Baltic in April, and another aircraft from Kaliningrad days later. In May, a Russian fighter escorting a sanctions-busting oil tanker crossed into Estonian airspace, underscoring Russia's willingness to risk direct confrontation. Overall, by shooting down the drones, NATO has sent its clearest warning yet that future Russian violations will be met with force, whether drones, jets, or helicopters. Officials are even discussing a no-fly zone over western Ukraine, which would both protect NATO's eastern flank and relieve pressure on Ukraine's overstrained air defenses. Such a step, once unthinkable, is now openly debated as Russia's provocations grow bolder. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky called the incident an extremely dangerous precedent for Europe, warning that Moscow is pushing the boundaries of what is possible. He stressed that this was not a single accident, but NATO's response has made one thing clear. The era of tolerating Russian incursions is over. To watch uncensored combat footage that we used in this report, check out our interactive news map. Here we're unrestricted by the YouTube policies and can finally show you the full uncut version of what really happened. But what is even more important, this map will give you access to all our significant events analysis that go far beyond of what we could include in this video. We worked in the background for almost 1 year developing this map. So for everyone who liked the map and wants to support us financially, we are also launching a 50% sale on all subscription plans. Starting from just $3.99, you will not only gain premium access to the map with even more advanced features, but you will also unlock all our exclusive strategic updates, all front overviews, and strategic geopolitics videos. If you wanted to support our efforts but haven't had the chance, now is the perfect time to jump in and make a real difference. So check out the link in the description to become an exclusive member of our community. I truly appreciate everyone who stepped up to join us. Your support means the world to us.